Hey, sexy people, you are listening to the Living Better podcast, the podcast aimed at improving your life with tips, tricks, interviews, and much more. I am your host, Matt, and with my wife, Jodi, we will share a life experience and dig up the best information we can find on improving your day-to-day life. So let's get right into it, and as usual, thanks for listening. Hey people, and welcome to the Living Better podcast. You're with your host, Matt, and I wanted to take the time to thank everybody in 2019 for subscribing to our channel and following us. It's been very much appreciated. We're going to keep bringing new content and a lot of good stuff in 2020. So stay tuned for that and subscribe to our channel. So for 2020, I don't know if you guys had a hard 2019, but for everybody that I've spoken to, 2019 has seemed to be hell. So for 2020, I wanted to take the time to wish everyone happy holidays and a happy new year and give you my top 10 tips to follow for a better 2020. So my tip number one would be to break up with guilt. So if there's anything that you are ashamed of, or anything in your past, or anything that you're not satisfied with, that you keep hitting your head on with a hammer about, 2020, it's time to let go. So one of the trick that I would emphasize is visualizing your guilt like a briefcase. So think about it like you're putting everything in a briefcase, all the past, all the grudges, everything you're holding about what's behind, and throw the luggage away and keep walking. So if you do that, you're going to be able to move forward and put all of that behind for good, so that you don't keep carrying this in 2020 as a burden. My tip number 2 would be create positive habits. So that's very important. Every decision you make in your life has an impact. So if you can start having more positive habits and better decision making, you're going to improve your life on every aspect of it. With creating positive habits, I'm talking about as well creating positive goals. So if you can wake up in the morning and write a list of all your goals that you want to accomplish, that's going to keep you focused, and that's going to help you go in the right direction for 2020. A lot of people, sometimes they just follow the same routines day in and day out, and they expect different results, and it just won't happen. So for 2020, I want you guys to take your life in your own hands and make it the best that you can by writing out goals and creating positive habits. Ditch the bad ones. So if you want to quit smoking or you want to eat healthy, it's time to do it now. Number 3 would be something very important that I learned in 2019. It's to distance yourself from negative people. So we all have those people in our life that are like energy vampires. And what they do is they drain our energy on a constant basis. And by allowing them to intrude in your life and to be around you, they'll keep doing so because they're sucking up your energy to improve their life or anything that they want to improve on their side, which drains you. So for 2020, all those negative people, put them behind and stop associating with them, stop reaching out. Most likely they'll resent you for it, or they might be pissed off. But you know what? There's only 24 hours in a day, and you'd rather spend those 24 hours doing something that you like and being with people that you want, instead of wasting your time on those people. If you look at a hockey game, usually at the end of the period or the last stretch, that's where the guys start activating and they start being productive and they start trying to make goals. So I don't want you guys to wait at the end of your life to try to catch up and try to make things happen. You got to start now. So if you haven't started working towards your goals and what you want in life and start ditching the people that are draining you, 2020 is the time to do so. Sorry. So my number 4 would be catch up with friends. If there's any friends or any good friends that you haven't seen for a while, reach out and start planning some small activities, or you can either even invite them over for dinner or whatnot. I think that touching base with friends is very important, especially your good friends from high school or friends that you had for a long time, that we get caught up in life and we forget to reach out and we're just doing our own thing, disregarding our friendship. But those relationships are the one that's gonna stick around forever. So if you could put more time and efforts into them, I think you should. So 2020, reach out to friends and plan some activities. My tip number 5 would be move your body. It sounds simple enough, but if you move your body, you're going to create and release endorphins that are going to combat sadness and depression. I think that anybody that doesn't move on a regular basis or doesn't do any form of sport is actually hurting themselves, their well-being, and their life. So they always say fit body, strong mind, fit body. Well, the two go one and one. If you're healthy and you move and you take care of your fitness level or just your general well-being, your mind's going to be clearer and you're going to be a lot happier with your life. And vice versa too. If you can take care of your mind, that's going to be my tip number 6. If you take care of your mind, it's going to help you a lot. One thing that I started doing in 2019 was to meditate. So meditation is kind of sleeping for the mind. So if you take care of your fitness level, or you move, you do whatever activity, rock climbing, yoga, biking, or whatnot, you're taking care of your body. Then when you sleep, you take care of recuperating your body and relaxing your mind. But if you want to add an extra sleep level to the mind, if I must say, meditation is really a good way to let go of stress. And the more and more they're studying meditation, and what it does is it calms the mind and it lowers your heart rate and allows your whole body to relax. It has been shown to reduce stress, improve relationships, improve your focus, and a whole host of other benefits. So if you Google it or you look into it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. One thing that I recommend is this little thing here. It's called the Muse 2. It's a headband that you put around your forehead and it calculates your brain waves. So it's kind of really cool because if you want to improve your meditation, you never get some feedback most of the time and you don't really know if you're doing it well. Well, this little thing combined with a pair of headphones will allow you to know in what zone you are and what you're doing good, and help you bring back your memory and your mind on letting go of stuff. So it's really cool. It goes around your head, and there's a sound, either an ocean or the wind or some rain, and as your thoughts are racing, it intensifies all of that. So you know that when you are calm, or you're actually calming yourself, then the rain gets very subtle, or the sandstorm, or whatever you chose to use, and then you're gonna hear birds. So the little birdies is what helps you a lot. So Muse 2, check it out. I'll leave a link down here for you guys to check. So I was at tip number 7. So tip number 7 is to sleep. If you're cutting slack on your sleep, or you're just thinking you can go with coffee, stimulants, and sleep, 5 hours a night or even less, it's going to catch up to you. I used to work double jobs. I was a correctional officer and I was working in private security, and I would juggle the two. I would have very little sleep, and at some point it kind of became dangerous because I wasn't all there anymore. I would lose memory, my focus was off. I was gaining weight because when you don't sleep, you eat more. So by eating more, you're going to gain weight. And my heart was racing. I would run on caffeine. It was very unhealthy. So when I stopped doing that and I started sleeping more, it was a total improvement in my well-being, my focus, my energy level. So they always say sleep is important. But it is very important, and if you can catch up on that and try to spend more time sleeping, you'll be a lot better. Tip number 8, I would say take a break from social medias. We spend so much time on our phone all the time, and it creates a habit. Social medias were created for us to be exposed to all sort of products, all sort of things, and to make us buy, so to consume a bunch of shit that we don't need. So spending a lot of time on that makes your day not productive. So if you can disconnect from the internet, social medias, or your phone, you're going to see that you're going to have a lot more time during the day, and you're going to be able to be way more productive with the things that actually matter, instead of watching all sort of stupid videos and liking all sort of pictures and all that stuff. So yeah, let go of those social medias, or at least try to let go. My tip number 9 would be to read books. I did another podcast when I was talking about different books that helped me. So I think that when you stop going to school, reading books is very beneficial for you. There's tons of self-help books and books on self-improvement and personal growth and development. So check it out, get some books and read. You're gonna gather some great insights and knowledge. And I can't stress enough the importance to read. It will actually even improve your writing skills, and it's pretty good for the brain. Keeps your brain stimulated. So that's very good. And my number 10 tip would be to laugh and love more. So if you can laugh more and spend some quality time loving either your partner or spending more time with your family, I think that's gonna improve your year and your 2020. So try to laugh some more, go to a comedy show, watch some funny movies, or find anything that makes you happy and makes you laugh. It's very beneficial. So those are my 10 tips that I would recommend, and I would like to add another one. If you can spend more time in nature, so let's call it tip number 11. Spending time in nature is very beneficial. So if you can go and hike a mountain, or just walk in a forest with your dog, or by yourself, you're going to see that nature, reconnecting with it, is amazing. Just walking and feeling the fresh air on your skin and breathing all the smells of the nature, it's truly amazing. So you have to experience it for yourself. And you probably did at some point in your life, but probably nowadays you don't anymore. So reconnecting with nature is pretty awesome. So try it out. And that's a wrap, guys. So thank you for listening to this short, let's call it a short podcast on your top 10 tips for 2020. And I'm gonna see you next time. So ciao, guys. Take care.